live from a Corona world. Hey guys, how are you? Just getting into Toronto. Here's a really quick, or not so quick, I'm not sure, tour of my room. Here's a little bit of my room here in Toronto. I think it's actually really cute. It has this whole like little metallic and blues. I'm really into gray as like a really good base color for a room or a bedroom or anything like that. So I feel like it's actually kind of fun. It has this little pantry area over here, so that's kind of convenient. There's a microwave, which is always a plus. Fridge too, so that's spectacular. I'm just gonna show a little TV if you like television. Just bring you to settle in with me. We can chat a little bit. So you guys, what a crazy time to be flying. I actually picked up this trip because it's like purely Toronto and New York. So it was New York to Toronto, Toronto to New York, New York back to Toronto, so 3 legs today and 1 leg tomorrow. It had a late report today and it's gonna have another late report tomorrow. So that means sleep in as much as I can and then just pretty much take the whole day to just get ready and then go back to the airport. And then head home to New York. So it's a super easy trip. I start another trip the next day, which is equally as easy. So I felt like it'd be more important for me to take it easy in a way, even though, I mean, it's not like our job is so hard or so difficult, but I really just wanted some time to not really be doing a lot of legs where you're exposing yourself to other passengers and maybe exposing passengers. Stay in the hotel room, sleep in, eat breakfast. All the gyms are closed. A lot of the breakfast options are closed too, but you can still sleep in, work out in your room, and then sometimes I just like to take a long time to get ready, like face mask or whatever, so it's a good opportunity for all of that. I'm really not good at talking, as you can tell. Weeks have been really interesting because I feel like the amount of change that's coming to the airline industry, it's I don't want to say unprecedented because I feel like this is what makes up the airline industry, is that it's always changing, it's super dynamic. It's like a big roller coaster ride, but all of our flights are really empty. We had 17 people that we brought to Toronto tonight, and that's honestly kind of like a lot for us lately. Some of our planes have no people, some of our planes have like 3 people on them. And I really appreciate the response that my airline has been giving for us during this time, constantly sending us emails and memos and updates about things that are going on. Even some of our service has changed completely, water on demand, and I feel like this is actually pretty much an advantage to everybody on board. It really just helps protect crew members and helps protect the passengers from any like spread. Crew members are still expected to be fit and healthy and able to fly. We really want to protect them, and we really want to protect the passengers. And a better hang of things, like we have the gloves and the Sanacom, which is our disinfectant wipes. They're always coming on board to make sure that we have everything, and our relationships with the gate agents are particularly strong right now to make sure that we are ready to board, make sure that we're comfortable being on the plane with everybody. Literally just sitting here in this hotel room, which is actually quite lovely, and the world just seems so quiet and still. And early on the flight, I'm sitting there and just watching. I can like see the stars out of the window, and it's just amazing, like just these like moments of stillness. I think they're a beautiful thing because really the world is so crazy right now. It really just makes everything feel insignificant. I hope that we can really overcome what's going on. There's healing in the world, that we can all see our friends again and hang out together. I think that would be a beautiful thing. Now New York has ordered a shelter in place, so that pretty much means that you should not leave your house unless you're going to do something essential, i.e. going to the doctor's office or the grocery store or the pharmacy, you are still allowed to do all those things. The hospitals don't have enough capacity for a surge of people to come in at the same time. Really interesting, and it's all really just like kind of walking in a like a sci-fi novel. I was working on the 200, which is our single flight attendant airplane, and I had the best pilots on that trip. There was one pilot in particular that was talking to me on the van ride from the airport to the hotel, and he was asking me, you know, like, how are the passengers doing right now? Kind of moved along from this place where I felt like the passengers had fear in them, like where they were like aggressively scrubbing everything and making sure that they were really far apart from each other. I think that we've kind of moved a little bit away from that, and now we're in this place that is more somber and reflective. It makes plenty of sense because the world is so different. Like, everything is closed, restaurants are closed, you can't find things in the store that you're normally used to finding. You can't meet your friends and family as casually as you probably like to. Really reflective right now because there's so much uncertainty and we just don't know what's to come for anything really. Like, I definitely have just been letting my facial hair grow for this trip, and kind of like, since you can't get your hair cut anymore, I'm kind of like just letting my hair just grow out and do whatever it wants to do. The sweater that I'm wearing is kind of my give up on the world sweater because it's so easy to put on. It's kind of like a dress down equivalent. But at the same time, it's kind of like chic because it has this raised collar over here. So it's a lifesaver. Getting ready to go to bed. So I have this travel kit, and I just put it right here in the bathroom. In the morning, I can use this to do my hair, but I'm gonna use this tonight. Real world is that I hang my clothes up. One hand. I feel a little bit more modest. Empty out the bag. This is not part of what I use at nighttime, but I've really been loving these The Ordinary products. This is the vitamin C, and you just mix it. It comes in a powder. I'll my prescription toothbrush, toothpaste, and prescription face wash there too. So they're looking super simple, super simple. It's orders and probably your mom's too. Use some CeraVe foaming. I'll put the photo on. Or do you guys watch those Vogue videos where all the people are going to bed with you? I think you do. Then I try to go ahead and let it really foam. Guys, I am just thinking about breakfast right now. I really love being at this hotel because serene and peaceful, and kind of like you're at a spa. I am using tretinoin from, you can get it from your doctor. There's also your dermatologist rather. There's also over-the-counter versions, but so I really use this one. I clearly have not been using the bottom up method, but it serves me well. It is 0.025% tretinoin, but there's all kinds of different levels. Just do the one that your dermatologist recommends for you. Essentially, the directions say to apply a thin layer over the affected area. So to me, that's my entire base. Blend it through really lightly. If you put too much, then it kind of starts flaking. Essentially really good because it is the purest form of vitamin A. Helps with your cell turnover, decrease the appearance of, and having in the future fine lines and wrinkles. Even La Mer is not going to be able to sell you prescription strength, even though they'll sell you something like from the sea, you know. Face wash, tretinoin, then I put on a moisturizer. CeraVe moisturizing cream. Now, this might be a little bit too heavy for some people. Just gone off of Accutane like just a few months ago. So my skin is rather on the dry side, and this doesn't bother me at all. At nighttime, I'm super generous with my moisturizer, so I just put like a lot. I'll also use my moisturizer and put a few drops of jojoba oil in there. Mix it together. More or less it. Sometimes I put an eye cream, but if I do it, the jury's still out for that. But I'm doing it. Okay, and we are beautiful. I feel like I didn't really work that much today, but I am eternally grateful for this bed. I'm eternally grateful for a late report tomorrow. I just wish you guys the best, to be safe out there. Let's everyone do our part in trying to defeat this coronavirus. Here's to strength and fighting. See you later.
Be well, friends. Please subscribe to help create even more videos. Music by Cassette Tapes, This Year, and Gil Wander's Dreams.